Yeah and no. Okay. This is mobile networking forensics. Obviously, the other new course. Um, we're going to go over the syllabus, do everything like we did the other class, but we can do it because she hasn't been here before. You never had any of my classes, have you?
One online, I tried, but I dropped it.
Ah, okay.
Because I had a panic attack when I see you Metrum and I just dropped it.
Ah, well, this will be
It
easier.
was 2 week, the operating systems.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now, I do open those like weeks early.
Yeah, but I didn't have the book, so I had to wait for the book to
Well,
arrive.
technically, for that course, you really didn't need the book.
And there's
But-
tutors too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there wasn't much time because it's only like 2 weeks. So.
Right, yeah, that one's tough. Okay, this course, I don't have much up there, but I do have part of the first lab up there, which I'm going to explain to you when we get through there in a minute. But let's talk about y'all's syllabus in this course. It's the same as all my syllabuses, if you've had my classes before, but I'm going to go through it anyway. This is a Tuesday or a Thursday class, 5:40, or you can do it online like Carrie's going to do, which she'll probably watch this recording. No text for this course. The problem is there's really no text out for these courses, these kind of courses. So I'm kind of making up everything as we go along, okay? The main focus of this class are these objectives right here. I don't know if you guys realize, but well, sure, everything's going mobile, everything's going wireless, everything internet-based, whether it's connected via wire or not, everything's going through the network nowadays. So we do a couple different chapter or projects in the regular forensics course where we cover networking and stuff like that, network traffic, but we're going to do a whole bunch more in this class. So that's what the plan is for this one, okay? We're going to be looking at traffic coming from all different kinds of devices. That's going to be a big part of this. Mobile devices all work differently. Routers all work differently. There's going to be some smaller projects, and there's going to be a much larger project. And the larger project is actually a portion of the project I did when I was at Tulsa University. So yeah, I'll be providing that to you guys. So I'll give you more about that later. But yeah, so that's really what I think was missing in the other forensics course. We didn't do enough of this area. We all know how the internet works. Now, how far are you along in your program?
I have about 6 more classes after this semester.
Okay, have you had forensics yet?
No.
Okay, all right. So the way these new classes were set up, I really wanted you to take them before or concurrently with forensics. It'll be fine if you don't because they're not that in-depth at this point. But that was a prerequisite, just so you know. See, it says it right here. For some reason, it didn't enforce them. I don't know. But you will be fine. The whole point was that, the whole point for that was this can be sort of a project based. You're going to have to solve a bunch of projects, and I wanted you experience doing that. Did I spell something wrong?
No, it says it's reverse engineering.
Oh, man. I didn't fix it. Okay, I'll fix that. It's correct up here. See, it's correct up here.
That's what happens when you copy and paste.
Yeah, I always take one and modify it. Okay, but I changed everything else. So we're going to be looking at mobile devices. Did y'all see the news this week? Somebody was saying that we now officially have too many mobile devices out there in the market, too many smartphones.
There's no such thing.
There was a news. There's literally too many that people are switching too fast. They no longer keep a phone for any period of time because there's always something new, which is totally true. Okay, so we're doing a lot with a bunch of different mobile platforms, but a lot of it's going to be network-based traffic. Okay, like I said, creating forensics images of mobile. We're going to be talking about how image data you find on a network. It's really no different than anything else, but we're going to cover all that in this class. How to find data and various things about different networking components. Now, you can have lab assignments and some exams. Majority of your grade is going to come from the lab assignments in this class. That's how I do all these kind of classes. And the dates are the same. For the other class, I have November 18th is your last day to withdraw, and December 14th is when your finals due by. Okay, nothing new there. Your schedule. I'll put the dates inside of D2L when I know when things are due. Don't submit late work. It's easier that way. Withdrawals, if you want to withdraw, you can. I'm not going to withdraw you unless you ask me to withdraw you, but I will not withdraw you. I'm not doing this AW thing anymore. No, I'm done with that. So, if you need an incomplete in this class, you need to get with me, but the part that's important about that, to receive an incomplete grade, the student must have substantially completed or satisfactorily completed a substantial portion of the required work. In other words, you got to be mostly done anyway. Okay. All right. Make sense? Everybody okay with that? And don't audit. I don't do audits. It's a pain in the butt. If you have an ADA disability, bring the form to me. If you don't have the form, go get the form. That's weird. This is the first semester. I don't have any yet. That's weird. So, if you have one, go get one. Go find Janet, call this number, and get the form. Because I'll do whatever they say, but I just don't have any yet. Don't cheat. That's same in all my classes. I always find cheaters, so you might get away with it for a while. But, I was talking to someone about that yesterday, actually. Really by cheating, you're really hurting yourself. You're not doing the work. You're not getting the knowledge, so just do the work. Okay? Easy enough there. I don't think we're going to have a problem with any of you. I hope not. So, everybody okay on the syllabus? It's really basic. It's the same in all my classes. Okay. All right. Now, in this course, we're going to be doing a bunch of projects. I don't really have many presentations. Actually, I don't have any for tonight. But I want to walk through a couple things with you. And I'm going to show you. Y'all know what Wireshark is? Okay. I would like you all to get Wireshark up and running. You should have it on here. Okay, Wireshark has two different, it should be on each of your computers. The username is user. You're going to need, you can install this on your own machines, but I did put a link up here under the page, under software needed. We're going to be using Network Miner and also Wireshark. If you click on the link for Wireshark, it brings you right to the place to download Wireshark. Okay. Have you ever used Wireshark before?
No.
It's amazing. You're going to love it. Patrick, you use it. Don, you ever use it? Yes. Okay. Tony, how about you?
For many, many years.
Okay, good. Have you used the new version? I don't like it nearly as much.
The last one I used was a 1.2.
Okay. Yeah, the interface is totally different now. So I'm going to show you that. But if you, on your machines, if you type Wire, it should bring up Wireshark. Actually, it should bring up Wireshark and Wireshark Legacy. Okay? Bring up Wireshark, and we're going to talk about this and how it works. Okay? Everybody find this one? Okay. So, yeah, and we're going to just examine a few things today. A new thing with Wireshark 2, you can actually analyze USB traffic now, which is cool.
Is that only 2?
I think it started in 2. It actually started recently.
I thought it was on.
You think it has? I don't know. I wasn't aware of it, so it might have been. But yeah, the interface, and I'm going to bring up the old version as well. Who's messaging me? I'm going to bring the old version so you can see the difference in them. This here, on the right is the old version, on the left is the new version. They really look different. For you who've never played with this before, it's great. Now, is it asking you guys to update your Wireshark?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want us all to do.
We can't. It says you can't.
Why not?
I just missed it. How do you get back to that?
Okay, I want us all to update Wireshark. That's because I was going to have William do it, but it would have taken forever. What if you started with admin rights? Will it let you?
If you go to
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I can't get the.
help, check for updates.
Check for updates.
Yeah. A new version's available. I want to install this update.
First it said no.
It should download 47 meg. I did not put the install files online because, I don't know what y'all are running, and you can download them yourself. I put the link, just download them. You will need it to complete this assignment, though. Is it downloading for everybody? It should tell you to remove the old version first. And I think you can Ah, crap. Sorry. You can't close the old version until it's downloaded, can you? You download it again.
Do you want us to uninstall 201?
Yes. Yep, uninstall 201. You shouldn't have to update the PCAP driver, but it's just Wireshark. Okay, I'm actually going to pause this recording until we get it installed. Now, okay, now we're up and running here. I did have an issue with mine earlier today. I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you what it was in case you have the issue. I brought this up and I had no local area connection. I had to run it as administrator to get that to come up. I don't know why. It was weird. I've never had that issue before. But the way you run stuff as administrator, basically just right-click on it and run as administrator. If you have that issue, that's how I had to fix mine today. It was weird. I don't know why, but I had to. Okay? All right, we're just going to walk through how this works. So, yeah, let's get hers up and running there. All right, so start Wireshark. And if you double click on local area connection, it starts capturing traffic. Okay. Does anyone know what kind of traffic all this is? Why are we getting traffic when I'm doing nothing?
A lot of it's broadcast.
It's broadcast traffic is what it is, okay? And you're going to see that a lot. And what they changed the way the filters work in Wireshark. And I'm going to show you how to create one because this will help you with the assignment when we get to it. So we all got Wireshark up and running. Is yours running? Okay. Up here on the filter line, type this. Type in UDP dot port equals 53. Then hit enter. Nothing? Seriously? Okay. But that's fine. Just hit that anyway. Did y'all get that? UDP.port equals 53?
I got 4.
You got 4? That's not fair. I got nothing. Hold on. I'll have something now.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Now I got a bunch.
I probably had Google open at the time.
Oh, that could be why. Okay. So, I realize a lot of you have been around, but what did I do with that? Anybody know what that is?
What'd you do with what?
When I put the filter, UDP.port equals 53.
You told it to look for UDP port 53, which is DNS.
Right, exactly. I looked for UDP port 53, and what it is, if you look at all my traffic here, you'll see all I'm seeing now is DNS traffic. Very handy if you want to, so if I clear out this filter, you'll notice I got tons of traffic here. And it can be very overwhelming. Yes, sir.
I didn't get a single packet.
Okay, open up something. Open up your browser and go to like msn.com. You'll get about 1,000 of them. Yeah, I didn't have a single packet either until then. Did you get any when you do that?
Just having a brain fart.
Did it do it? Did it work?
Yeah, I was just having a brain fart.
Okay. Okay, but you got them now, though. You got some traffic and everything? Okay. And you can make filters for anything. You can go like a TCP port. Let's go equals 80. So I'm just doing TCP port equals 80. And to clear the filters, there's an X on the right-hand side. Just click the X. So you can very easily change what you're viewing in here. Okay. So now we are viewing. So what's port 80?
It's HTTP.
Yeah, it's just regular web traffic. How about if we wanted to do port 20? Nothing there. Why don't we have anything with port 20? Anybody know?
That's FTP.
There you go.
So
Yeah, we haven't made an FTP connection, so why are we going to have one? Okay. So, filters, kind of handy, easy to make. You can always change this. Oh, come on. Why isn't it clear? Okay, let me clear it this way. Okay. So you can change that to do whatever you want. Now, I'm going to stop my traffic by hitting the little red stop sign up here, the red square, because we got a bunch. I clicked that to stop it. So we have a bunch of traffic now. Let's just look through some of this traffic. Does anybody have any ARP traffic?
yes.
Y'all find some ARP traffic? Okay. So what's ARP traffic do? Anyone know?
Address resolution
Yeah.
protocol.
But you know all these answers.
PH networks for 20 years.
There you go. Okay. So ARP traffic address resolution protocol. It's for figuring out who's who. Like it's like mine says, who is 10.10.1.1 till 10.10.1.3. So obviously 1.3 wanted to know who it was. So he was asking that question. So you'll see a lot of that in here. Now you can also sort by clicking on the protocol. Like you can click on the protocol tab. Now I'm sorting by the protocol, just like in Excel and everything, you can sort. So now all my ARPs together. Let's see if we have any DHCP traffic. There's some DHCP. I just scroll down. Okay. We got some acknowledgments and some informations. Okay. We got DHCP version 6. We're not even doing anything with IPv6, but it's fine. We have a lot of DNS, so it's very easy to go through this traffic. Again, we didn't do anything, so we don't have anything special in here. But okay, so what is this packet? I got something from Facebook.
It was an add-on, whatever.
Oh, it was an add-on there. Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even bring up Facebook. So what it probably was when I brought up MSN.com, it got the ad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually that's what happens when you don't click
Right.
on stuff.
Yeah, I got
an ad for coffeebeans.com too.
Forbes. And look at all, man, that's a lot. All I brought up, in case you're wondering, was if you ever want a page that's going to give you all kinds of traffic, just go to MSN.com or Yahoo. They all do. I mean, look at this page. It's got like
This is
million
Brian
things.
Growth or whatever it is.
so.
So there was actually one time I brought up like my favorite ad blocking software and like I customized it and I went to Yahoo and I just kept scrolling and I got like up to like 500 ads blocked.
Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, MSN is it's nuts. So, but so Wireshark is kind of cool. When I was in Tulsa, I actually had to write a sniffer program in Java to actually capture traffic and analyze it. You guys aren't going to have to do that, but you'll actually do a portion. You'll do some aspect of that though, which I'll talk to you about at a later time in the class. But so Wireshark, very handy. So it's all color coded now. Did you ever use the versions that weren't color coded years ago? Yeah. First when they started, it's like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, they're nice. And inside of Wireshark, in this second frame here, you can expand all these. Like I'm going to bring up, I'm going to go up to some ARP traffic. I'm just going to pick an ARP traffic. Inside this frame, let's look in here and see what's actually in here real quick. Okay. First of all, we got our frame. Okay. We can see it's an Ethernet frame right there. Okay. You don't really, it's going to tell you how big it is, the number, the length of it, the frame number. You're not really going to do much with that area. Now under Ethernet 2, that's where you're going to start finding the addressing information. Okay, under Ethernet 2, you should see. Now, I'm my packet here. It says VMware. How does it know it's VMware? Is anyone other than Tony know?
It's part of the MAC address.
Part of the MAC address, right? MAC addresses are, you can actually, I think, let's see if we can't copy this one. Copy. I want to copy the value. If I go up on Google, well, I want this one. I want that right there. I think it'll actually even tell me tech MAC address. Let's copy this. But you can actually use it to determine what things are. It even tells you, so the beginning was what again? Was 005056. So then you can go down this list, so we can search for 005056, was that it was? It tells us right there that's a VMware device. So just by looking at a MAC address, we can determine what they are, because they're actually assigned that way. Okay. So that's that's why we got that information there. So the data coming across the wire doesn't say VMware in it. Wireshark is just making it viewable for us that way. Okay. Now, an ARP packet, which hopefully you guys all have had a networking course. Yes, all of you? You had one? Okay. ARP packet is a broadcast, so it goes out to everybody. So the destination is actually all F's. No, Tony's probably saying, "Oh my God, this is so basic." Sorry, man. So we got to start at the beginning. Okay, so broadcast is all Fs, which means it goes out to everybody. That's why we were getting the traffic without doing anything. Okay, now the source is not. That's the one that sent this. So what it means, this specific machine here, whoever this IP is, we can't see that point yet. This machine sent this packet out to everybody. Okay, easy enough there. We can see the protocols. Now, what's nice about Wireshark is, like, I just happen to be under the ARP section, under Ethernet. When I click on it, you can actually see what parts of the packets that's coming from. Like, protocol IPv4 is actually coming from that section of the packet. Okay? Everybody see that? Okay, a request is coming from that section of the packet. The MAC address is stored there in the packet. So you can click on these and actually see exactly where they're coming from in the packet. Now, this one's different. The sender's IP address is 10.10.0.4. Y'all's might be different. That's fine. But then why is it not 10.10.0.4 down here?
Because that's the address that he's looking for, a MAC address to associate.
Yeah, well, right, but why is it not 10.10.0.4 down here? It's in hex. Okay, it's translated into hex. And you will be having to do some translations in this class, but you got to realize all this stuff down in the bottom is hex. Hex is 0 through, basically 16 numbers, 0 through 9 and A through F. Okay. And if you don't know how to convert them, I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really pretty simple. If I bring up the calculator and switch to scientific mode or programmer mode, so you saw which part was highlighted. What was highlighted was 0A, 0A, 0004. So if I go up in here and if I switch to hex, type 0A and convert it to decimal, I get 10. So that first 0A right there, that's that first 10. The second 0A is the second 10, so on and so forth. Okay? Easy enough, nothing new there. You with me? Okay. So it's very easy to convert back and forth. And the target IP address, again, the 0A we know is 10. So that's 10, that's 0. And C5, if I bring in my calculator, if I go hex C5, convert that to decimal, I get 197. And that's where this 197 is coming from on my target address. Okay? Nothing really difficult here. So, pretty easy to do. And if you want to know if it's ARP, the point is you can see where all this stuff is coming from. You're going to have to do some quizzes where I'm going to ask you different things down here, and you're going to have to figure out what that means without seeing it in Wireshark. So, if everybody see how to find stuff down there, it's pretty simple. You can actually just go right through here and find out exactly where everything comes from. Pretty basic. Okay? That starts right there. Okay? There's the addressing, then there's the second addressing, and so on and so forth. Okay? It's pretty simple stuff. Okay? Let's look at a different packet real quick. That's ARP. Let's go down to, I'm going to go to the DHCP. I'm going to do a DHCP acknowledgement. You guys all should have one because you were listening the same time I was. Now, under down, this one's a little bit different. It's an IPv4 packet. If you click on that, you'll see there's the source and destination. It's all right there, IPv4. But if you go down in here, you can actually see there's the source, there's the destination, just like we saw in the other area. Time to live. Time to live is something you actually can do a bunch within this class. Okay. Now, time to live starts at 128 on this one. Let me look at a different packet, see if it's the same. 128, 128, 128. These are all 128s. Okay. Did y'all know that different devices have different time to lives? They do. Okay. And that's actually one thing you're going to be doing in another section. Linux, I think, starts at 64. Is that right? Do you know, Tony? Okay. So time to live, what that means is this packet's going to go cruising around the network. And every time it goes through a router, it gets decremented by 1. And the most routers it can go through is 128 at this point. Obviously, it's not going to hit that many, but it could. But different systems start at different numbers. And there's probably let's search Google. We'll say starting TTL for Linux. Should tell us default TTL values for different OSs. Okay, here we are. So based on different systems, you'll see they're different. Okay. Now, we were looking at a DHCP packet, and it was 128. Obviously, it's most likely a Windows machine then. Okay. Let's look for Linux. Where's Linux? There's VMS.
It's up.
It's up. Did I miss it? Linux. Right there. Red Hat 9 starts at 64. So if the machine sending that DHCP request was a Linux machine, we would have got a 64 rather than a 128. So just by looking at the request, we can figure out what it is. You will have to do this. Okay? Everybody understand how that works? It's really pretty simple. So that way, without even knowing the machine, without even knowing the MAC address, just by looking at that right there, you can get a pretty good idea of what the system is. So whatever sent this out, whatever system this is, 10.10.0.4, is probably a Windows machine. Okay? So there's just a lot you can find there. Now flags you'll notice are all coming, well, these are all the same. Hold on, let me find a different one. Let me get one where they're different. It has to be an IP packet, so let's go, gotta have something in here. I'm going to get down, just get down and pick a TCP packet for a second. You should, everybody got a TCP? If not, you didn't capture any traffic. You didn't do anything. Does everybody have a TCP packet in there? Yes? You got one? Okay. If you pick a TCP packet, now down here, if you go to flags under IPv4, they'll be a little bit different. Okay? Everybody see that? Okay. Now you'll notice that comes from 40. So, you know, it's not a one-to-one conversion there, okay? And if you, let me show you how to read stuff like that. I'm going to go with IPv4 header info, okay? Let me find a picture here. Let's go IPv4 header analysis. And let me find a better one. Okay, so flags right here. Flags are actually 4 bits from 16 or 6. No, that's 2 bits. 16, 17, throwing 2 bits, and they're actually from that data there. Where's the? There's got to be a better one. Let's see if we can find one here. That's not showing you a good one either. Boy, none of these are amazing pictures. I don't see here. Actually, this is a decent one. You can see it's actually 4 bits there. Well, I don't see a good picture at the moment for it, but they're all stored in different sections of the packet, and you get that data from there. Okay, so don't fragment. All comes part of it. And this one's TTL59. So what the heck was this system? Okay, let's find out TTL59. Anyone know what that system could be? Have a good idea of what it is? No 59 in here? How is there no 59 in here? Oh, okay. There, well. Yeah, there's the one. There's the 128. Seriously? Why don't I have a 59? Let's find out. We got to figure out what TTL 59 is. TTL value of 59. Come on, show me. It's the same page I was at. Wow, it's not there. There we are. Wait, no, that's not it.
Well, all of them I'm seeing are coming from one of the WinNet servers, so it's possible that it started off as
Yeah,
64.
yeah, that's a
and
good
then
point,
decremented
yeah.
down because of the number of hops to get there.
Yeah, because 169 is our OneNet system. Yeah, so that could be true. Okay, y'all heard what he just said. They probably did start out at 64 and got decremented on their way here. So that's a good point. It just seems weird that they're all, I guess that's all the same IP, that's why. Yeah, they're all the same.
It's probably one of their caching engines.
Yeah, so, but you can normally get a pretty good idea of what they are based on that. But the traffic you guys will be working with will all be in a separate network, so it'll be easy to understand. Okay, so we can see TTL, we can source and destination. You can also open up the TCP at the bottom. Now that's the last. See, I was under IPv4. Under that, you'll see TCP. Inside there, you see source port, destination port. Now we know HTTP is port 80, but if this is web traffic, why is destination port not port 80? Does anybody know?
Because it's coming back to you, so it's going to whatever.
Right. When you send out a request for traffic, basically the web server is listening on port 80. So when you connect to whatever website you're connecting to, you send a request to port 80. Well, they don't reply back on port 80. They reply back on a different port. And that's why you'll notice this port is actually 1321, and they should all be at a different port. I bet if we look at all these, they're probably, yeah, there's 1318.
Mine's like 1192.
Yeah, 1320, 1321. So yeah, they're all varying numbers there. Okay, so pretty easy to see all the different ports there. Now, acknowledgement and sequence number. I think this changed a couple versions of Wireshark ago. Obviously, that's not right. Okay, the sequence number and the acknowledgement number. What those are? Okay, I have my sequence number selected. Okay. Can y'all find a sequence number on yours? Are they all like 0 or something? You got something that's kind of low, though? What are yours at?
Yeah, mine are set at 0, sorry.
Okay, so they're 0. Y'all finding sequence number at 0?
If you click it, you can see the hexes.
Right. So if I click on sequence number and it's 0, I see a hexadecimal value of 513248. What the heck? How is that even possible? So I'm going to go up here and type in 51, 32, 38, CF. Convert that to decimal. That looks more like a sequence number. So does anyone know why it's showing it to me that way? Anybody know why? Well, why is my sequence number showing 0 right here on my screen? Right there's a 0. But if I click on it, we'll see the hex is not 0.
Because for whatever reason, Wireshark and some other companies decided to
Yeah.
relative.
It's stupid. It drives me bananas. What Wireshark did was, like you said, they make this a relative number. In other words, for this communication, they started it again. Now to fix that, if you actually go up to File, no, it's under Edit Preferences. Then if you went under Protocols, TCP, I'll show you what it does. File calls Protocol TCP. There's an option in here for relative sequence numbers. If I turn that off, now you'll notice my sequence number is now much bigger. My sequence number is 136.2245839, which actually matches exactly of what I calculated. Okay? Y'all see the difference? See how that does that? I don't like it does that. I don't know when they started doing it. They might have done it way back when, but was it that way back when? I couldn't.
It's been a while. It's been since late versions of beta.
Okay. I just don't like it.
It's annoying.
Right, because it's not the right number. Especially when we're looking at our data and trying to map it to the actual data down here. You're like, what the heck? It doesn't matter. See, prior to this being called Wireshark, it was called Ethereal or whatever you want to call it. basically there was a dispute and they broke. But yeah, so I recommend turning that off because it's just easier. Yeah, I guess the number makes it easier, but not really. Okay. Yeah, I just hate that. So did y'all find out? Y'all see how I did that? Was everybody able to find out how to turn that off?
Yes.
Yeah, it was edit preferences. Then you go protocol, TCP. Then you uncheck that box. Okay. You uncheck the relative sequence number. I just hate that thing. Okay. All right. So there's that, and you'll see the same for the acknowledgement. It fixed both of them when we did that, so you can see exactly where that comes from. Now the next packet. Okay. And if you look, okay, I'm looking at 2 packets here. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, my sequence number ends in 839. The next one down, the acknowledgement is 840. Do you have 2 in line like that, where they change like that? The numbers should be incrementing, at least if they're in the same grouping of data. Like up here, I'm at the last 3 digits, 184. Then it's, heck, that's not in the same conversation either. But they should be incrementing. Sequence number and acknowledgements numbers increment. Okay. All right. Window size. That's the amount of data. Did anyone work with the internet way back when we had like 9600 baud modems? Anyone use it back then? I was playing with it back then, and I'll tell you, the whole point of window size is how much data can you send across before it needs to be acknowledged, pretty much. Okay? And what they did initially was window sizes were smaller because we had modems, and they sucked. So what we wanted to do is send across small amounts of data to make sure they made it. It's kind of like, think of it like your children. If they're going to help you carry in the groceries, you're not going to give them a huge bag. They're going to carry a small bag of groceries. As they get older, maybe they can handle larger bags of groceries. Same thing here. As our networks got better, window sizes started increasing. And, that's where the whole window size comes from. Okay. Our checksum is to look for errors. Okay. And that's actually changed a whole bunch in IPv6. And actually, I'm going to go back to my flag real quick here. Right above the window size, there was flags. And there's SYN. My packet just happens to be SYN and ACK. There's something called the 3-way handshake, which is SYN, SYNAC, and ACK. In other words, Heather, I'd like to speak to you. And you're like, I acknowledge you, and I'd like to speak to you too. So she acknowledges it, and she sends me a SYN packet back. Then I say, okay, I acknowledged you, and then we start having a conversation, 3-way handshake. So that's how it works. SSL, I think, is 5. I think it's a 5-way handshake. But we can see very easily here, we have ACKs, we have SYNACs, and ACKs again. So that's a connection between a server and me, starting a connection, or basically a talk. Okay. So easy enough there. I'm just showing you some different types of traffic because you're going to have to use it in your first assignment. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is you're going to be answering some quiz questions based on a specific packet capture.
So the TCP flag that says a whole bunch of stars, and then your A, and then your S.
Yeah, acknowledge and SYN and ACK.
Right, so mine just says A, so it just says, okay.
Right, yours is just an acknowledgement. Now again, Wireshark does all of that for us and shows it for us, but it's nice to know how it does it. Okay? Like this packet right here, Wireshark up here is telling us this acknowledgement packet, what's actually getting it from there. And if you looked at this actual bit right here, 5010, it's actually getting from right there. Okay? Actually, let me go 5010. Make sure I get it right. 5010. Okay, so what I did right here is on this packet I happen to be on, you'll see the flags all come from this bit down there. See the 5010 that's highlighted on my screen. What I did was I typed 5010 into hex in my calculator, converted that to binary, and it actually comes back with all this stuff. Okay, and you'll see counting backwards, the 5th bit is a 1, and that is a 1. That's actually the acknowledgement bit. Okay? Pretty easy to figure all these out that way. And if we look for one that has a sin, let's find one that has a sin. There's a sin and an act. So if I look at the flags on this one, I get 8012. Bring up calculator again. Now if I type in 8012, and I'll tell you, some of you start messing with this. Here's the problem you're going to have. You're going to look at this right here, and you're going to see 8012, and you're going to assume that's decimal. It's not. It's hex. Even though it doesn't have letters in it, it's still hex. So you can do 8012, convert it to binary, and you'll see, so the second from the end bit and the 5th bit are 1s. So that's why we got the 1 for sin and the 1 for acknowledgement.
So what does push mean?
I don't remember.
Because mine has push and act.
Okay, what
PSA.
does push flag mean? I don't remember that one. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. Totally fine. We're going to figure it out, though. Okay, push is the PSH flag. They first need to understand TCP buffer size data, TPR, so layer for the applications read, write. Okay, the diagram shows how it's done. Okay, this is where the push flag comes in the socket. The TPM makes available. Sessions level can be written to by application. Pushing data out immediately rather than waiting for additional data to enter the buffer. In other words, it might not have been full. That's what I'm assuming. That's what it sounds like. Okay. So this is rather than waiting for additional data. When this happens, the push flag, the outgoing packet is set to 1. Upon receiving the packet, the other side of the connection knows to immediately forward the segment on. Don't wait for a complete packet. Again, back to the grocery store example. I only put one thing in the bag, and it happened to be eggs, so I didn't want to fill the bag up the rest of the way. So I sent the bag across with just eggs in it. So that's what I would say it would be. Okay? So yeah, there's so much stuff in there. Okay? So all right, that's fine. Okay, I don't have any pushes. Why not? That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
I feel rejected now or gypped.
I've got keep alive as well.
Okay, let's go.
Just keep going.
So what do we have after TCP? We have TLS, which is our secure traffic. And actually, if you go down to your TLS, you should see some certificates and stuff like that. Ever see any of that? Some hellos, client hellos and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to show you a diagram here of a SSL handshake. Okay. Instead of a 5-way, come on. Well, that's without resume. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's find a better image of it. Here's the basic SSL connection. So instead of just act, synact, or instead of sin, synact, and act, now we basically have a connection request, the server response, and they go back. Basically, it's 5 ways. That's still not. It's got to be 5 ways. I know it is. 1, 2. Is it only 4? No, it's not.
Well, it goes, the last one is back and forth. It's not just one directional, it's bidirectional.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Okay. It's like it's driving me crazy. So there is both ways. So I know it's 5. Okay. So, and if you actually, let's see if we can look at some, well, there's no data in it. We didn't really do anything, did we? Let me look and see. Let me look. I'm going to close this real quick. Is there any data in that packet? A little bit. Trying to see if there's any data in our packet here that we actually can read. Actually, let's do this real quick. Find a TCP packet somewhere in your traffic, anyone, I don't care. Right-click on it and say, follow TCP stream. So right-click on some TCP data and say, follow TCP stream. And you should come up with something like this. There is probably some portion of that, well, it's not really readable, but I can see mine came from Facebook, or connect.facebook.net. Now, I'm going to bring up, leave that up, and I'm going to go down here to the TLS traffic and do the same. And yeah, we're still getting about the same. Well, I was hoping to see a better example. We don't have much traffic in here to look at, but the TLS will actually be encrypted where the other one won't. Okay. Now, all right. Now we just captured. Now what I want you all to do is just close that. Close your Wireshark out. If you could, go on to D2L. I'll give you a second to get there. Go on to D2L. Go on to week 1. Now let's download. There's 2 packets. There's one called DNS and one called sample. Under week 1. Okay, so I'm going to go to week 1. I'm going to download DNS. You should be able to click download and save it somewhere on your computer. So there's one called download and then one called sample. I got DNS and I got sample. Okay. Sample's still downloading. Y'all finding those okay? Okay. Okay, once you get them downloaded, I just want you to double click on the DNS.pcap. It should open up inside of Wireshark automatically. Okay? This will actually have some actual traffic in it. Well, not a lot. And then once you get that open, put a filter on it to show you all the DNS traffic. Remember how we did that? So UDP.port equals 53. You find that? Just type in UDP. Once you double click a DNS and it opens, type in UDP.port equals 53.
Yeah, I don't know why I've got a lot of weird noise in here.
You should have a bunch of, but if you did the filter right, it should show you just DNS.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Or, yeah, you got just DNS.
No.
Since other protocols are used.
Do they? Is yours just showing DNS? Now, hold on, let me scroll down. Maybe it does show more at the bottom. I don't think it does.
Not on me, doesn't.
How much special?
I don't know. That's weird. Okay. That's weird. Okay.
Things don't always work the way they're supposed to when it comes to me. Can she does?
Yeah, obviously. Okay, since we got that up, let's just look at a couple of these. Like, for instance, there's a packet somewhere near the top, 25076. You'll see that's actually a query for Google.
Now it works.
Okay. And if I was to right-click on 25076 and do apply or follow TCP or UDP stream, it should show you, it was just Google. That's what it wanted. That was the request. I think, hold on. Yeah, it's not, okay, yeah, so now I'm going to, now since we did that, I kind of lost my filter. I can go back, hold on. Now we can clear that filter. Then I got to do the other one again. Okay, so, but you can see there's a request, and then there's the response is actually 2 packets below. Okay, so 25076 is actually the standard query for the A record, www.google.com. And if you look at the response, it's actually in 25078. There's the response for it, and it's giving the response of 216.58.195.28. Y'all see that one? Okay. So you can actually see the answer for it right here. Okay. So actually, let me go back to the request. Okay.
Interesting.
Did you see that? You actually got yours to work this time?
Yes.
Okay. So, and if you expand this frame here, you can actually see the queries in the answers. There was the query from 25076, and here's the answer from 25078.
Did you happen to notice on the left side of those two packets?
The little arrows?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that what you were just talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I haven't seen that before either.
Uh-uh.
Because you can see exactly which answer went to which query, which is very nice. Yeah. See, now you might want to switch to the new version.
Yeah.
No.
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
But if you look, what's kind of cool, I'm on 25076, and if I expand out the DNS section, it even tells you which packet has the response in it. So, kind of cool. Kind of cool it does that. So, yeah, that is new. I'd never seen that until just today. So, nice. All right, so I want you to open up the other one I sent you. The sample one. Just close out the DNS one, double click on sample. Open that up. So I'm just showing you a whole bunch of different things because you're going to have to look for stuff like this on the assignment. Okay? Everybody got that one open? This one actually will have some regular TCP traffic in it. Okay? Oh, there's a Hewlett Packard. I must have printed something while this was open. Yeah, there's a bunch of yeah, I think I did. That's right, I was printing the a student walked in right in the middle of this and said, "Hey, can I have a copy of the degree sheet?" So yeah, that's actually what all this traffic is, around 18176 and beyond. So I'm wondering if I right-clicked on this and follow TCP stream, would I be able to see it? Okay, this is now this is actually a picture from Imager. What type of picture is it? I don't know. It's like Gecko. It's huge, whatever this thing is. Yeah, this traffic's huge. Okay. So I'm going to clear that filter again so we can go back to normal traffic. All right. So, so y'all can see how to look around in here. Now I'm going to show you another tool that's kind of cool. Okay. Network Miner. Okay. So close out Wireshark. Now, under week 1, actually under software needed, go to software needed in D2L. There's a link for Network Miner. Download that file. And, find it. Do show in folder, whatever. Unzip it. Now, if you've never unzipped before, you just right-click on it. Go to 7-zip and say extract files to Network Miner 2. That's perfect. And it made a folder. So I right-clicked on it. I went down to 7-zip and I said extract files to Network Miner _2. Then go find that folder. Should be above it. And then you could open it. And then open up Network Miner. Come on. You can do it. All right. Now, this is the coolest tool in the world. So who's seen Network Miner before? You two, that's it? Okay. So I opened up Network Miner. Now I'm going to go File Open. And I'm going to go to my downloads where I put those other two files. I'm going to open up Sample. Okay. So what I did was inside of Network Miner, I'm going File Open. I'm going to go to Downloads. And I'm going to open up Sample. And this will read it all. I think it is, yeah. I actually found an error with it today, so. But this is a newer version. They did update it.
So it's not 80-year-old tool that's falling apart.
Right, it is being updated slightly.
Nice.
I'll stress the word slightly. let's let them catch up over here. You with me here?
No.
Okay, did you find network miner? Okay, open that up. Oh, you're, okay, that's this. Just do run.
Which ones you open?
Or is that the zip file? Okay, close that out. Go back one folder. Back one more, go to download. Sorry, forget you can't touch the screens on these.
Yeah, I loved using Network Miner and Digital Forensics Lab.
Download. That's a zip file. Where is it unzipped at? Up
Yeah.
at the top.
Almost like
Right,
chicken,
go into that one.
but not.
Go now, huh?
What in the world
Now
are you
double click
looking
on
at,
that.
kid?
Okay, now go file open. Was it, did you find something in there? Then go to download.
It's very
You
beefy.
should be able to see samples.
Lots of cats.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
what were you looking at, kid?
We're on Imager, just zooming through the whole page to see what.
If I fits, I sits.
Open it where? There it is.
Did you unzip? Oh, let it finish. It's still downloading. Okay, now it's done. Right? Network miner. Right down one. Oh, you got it open.
Okay,
You got it 12 times.
now
there.
go back to this. Go back to the one.
Those are K-cups for a coffee machine. Keurig.
One of those like.
There. Okay. So we all got it? Yeah, if you haven't seen this tool before, it's like crazy amazing. Okay? Is it opening? Getting there?
What?
Is it open? Okay. Yeah, just yell if I'm going too fast on some of this, but this tool will make your life so easy. Okay, so what it did is it took our capture. Remember, we opened this capture already inside of Wireshark. Now, like if you click on, let's go to the Images tab. You can actually see all the images that are found inside of it. What are you laughing at?
The very top one at the very left.
What's he say? And if you right-click on the image, it'll open it. Updated, what? Upvoted money cat for some, what? Okay.
For economic luck, he gets better luck in money. His wife has a miscarriage, therefore
Oh.
he's not in debt for 18 years.
Oh, I like that idea. But what Network Miner does is it actually goes through the packet capture and extracts all the files. So it's really, really nice. I just happened to surf Imager and a couple other websites. I think MSN.
Why can't Wireshark do this? That's my question.
Wireshark does a lot already.
But this is so much cooler.
Okay, and like go to Files. If you go to Files and scroll to the right till you get to Extension, sort by extension. Just click on Extension. Then like you can see the GIFs in there. You can do the same thing. Right click, open those up there. Maybe. That was obviously just a do not enter sign. But, you know, if you ever wonder how certificates work, if you scroll on that list to CER, you should be able to find, like there's a Facebook certificate. I'm going to right click on it to open, and you'll actually see that this certificate was issued to Facebook.com. If you go into the details, you can see the certificate number. It was issued on August 2014. It's valid until December 2016. It's actually kind of short a time period. You can see the Facebook path. It actually came from DigiCert. So you can find all kinds of information. Now, you could have gotten these files out of Wireshark yourself. But it's just cool that it does this for you. Okay? So again, you see images, you can see all the different computers. Like on the network here, like, what were we, oh, this is going to be a different grouping, isn't it? But like you can actually expand these. Like I'm expanding the one at the very top, 10.1.3.20. I can see the MAC address, it's a Cisco system. I can see how many packets I sent to it, how many packets I received from it. I can do all kind of, its IP address, everything. You can actually expand down to actually see the individual packets. So,
And also on the GIFs, if you right click them, you can open up the folder.
Oh yeah, you can, because this does. It actually makes it into a folder under your network miner area. Now under credentials, you'll actually see it gives you login credentials. Now, most of these, I mean, there's none required, but on your assignment, there are some. You will get some credentials in there. Okay? Yep, there's cookies, there's all kinds of stuff in there. And you can see the different sessions, you can see the different DNS queries. So you like this tool? It's pretty nice. Really cool for answering these questions. Okay, we're almost out of time here. So I just want, this is just a quick little, actually, you know what, I'm going to open up the DNS one real quick. I don't remember if there was anything in that one. I don't think there was. I just did file open, I opened up the one called DNS. Yeah, it's adding a few things to it, but not all that much. It's just no, it didn't add it. I was let's see, because somewhere had a bunch of images. That one didn't add it. What? Yeah, it puts them together. You had to close the other one first, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to close this out now. Up under the class again, under week 1, you'll see lab 1. Okay, lab 1's going to open up in 15 minutes, but I'll open it for you right now so you can see it. Maybe. Go away. Okay, so you can now open up lab 1. You should be able to see it now. Don't download the file here. Download it when you get home. It's like 65 megs. But what this is, I want you to start looking at that. I haven't put the questions up there yet, but start looking at that. You know, get the file downloaded, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quiz based on this capture that's up here inside of lab 1. Okay? Inside of this capture right here. Now I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have an issue opening it. You're going to have to figure out why.
I know why.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff in my classes that I make you figure things out. This will open in Network Miner, just so you know. It positively will open in Wireshark, and it will open in Network Miner. You do not need the Pro version. But get this downloaded, get Wireshark downloaded, get Network Miner downloaded, start playing with it, and I'm soon, early in the week, or maybe even this weekend, I'll have the questions up there for you to answer. And you'll just use that packet capture there to answer the questions.
I won't be able to start on it till like Saturday.
Okay.
My cards come on.
Okay, but everybody understand what you're going to be doing? Okay. And I walked around enough about Wireshark and enough around Network Miner, so you should be able to find all the answers you need, yes.
When's the assignment due?
Once I put it up, I'll tell you. It really depends on how many questions I end up with. Okay? But you should at least get an idea of how to at least look at network traffic at this point, how to use a couple very basic tools. But yeah, get them working on. Now there's Mac versions of Wireshark. There is not a Mac version of Network Miner. So,
It's much sadder.
I know. So you just run inside of VMware, inside a VM machine. You got VMware now. There you go.
Well,
You're
I've
set.
gotta reinstall it to
Okay.
make it work, but yes.
Okay, but yeah, I put Network Miner up there. Yes.
I went and looked at VMware.
Yeah.
All I found was Mac versions of Fusion. I didn't find a Windows version of Fusion.
No, don't get a Windows version. It's called VMware Workstation 12.
Yes, you need
I didn't see
Workstation
that at
12.
all.
You need to be signed in.
You have to actually
That's
sign
probably
in.
what killed me. Okay.
Yeah, you have to sign in to see it.
Like the VMware
Yeah.
button.
Well, you can see a list of stuff without signing in?
Yeah, but you can't see all of it.
Workstation wasn't there.
It opens up a whole other tab
Yeah.
Does it?
called VMware.
It is
So,
specific for rest
Yeah,
of
I didn't point that out, but on this front page here, you can download Microsoft software. Down here, you can download VM software, and down here, you can get Office. Okay. So, all right. Everybody okay in what we're doing so far in this class? I'll put the questions up early week or this weekend, and you can start answering them. But at least get the stuff ready so you can start looking at it. Okay? All right, that's enough for this recording. Wow,